Alrighty there. Hello and welcome back once again, my friends. As you can see, no fancy starting slide here. We'll give you a little tease. I'm grounded. I can't play with the slides. I can't trust myself with them. So let's get this world loaded up here. Check the volume. Make sure everything's good. I think we're set. So the mournful starting sounds of Minecraft. Kind of fitting, man. I'm sort of bummed out. I'm happy, but I'm bummed out. During the last little break, I made up two kinds of tea. I got some mint tea that I've almost gotten all the way through, and then just a regular cup of hot tea. Trying to loosen some stuff up a little bit, knock all this crud out. Um, and as I was waiting for that and for my last video to finish uploading so I could start this one and seeing some of your guys' great comments, thank you so much for swinging by and dropping all those. Um, I was checking my own YouTube subscription feeds, and you know, everybody's got very different tastes in music. I understand that, but somebody that I discovered or had friends that discovered and turned me on to over the course of the pandemic is a guy named Josh Daniel. He's in the Carolinas, and he played every single day during the pandemic. He's bar musician kind of guy and couldn't get out there to obviously play live at bars, so he just started playing live from his front porch. That last summer, when everything was shut down, he'd play on his front porch and had a few private parties where people would invite him over for, like their birthday or something like that. And he'd play out in the yard or whatever and set up his shed to do do little recordings every day of the winter. It's awesome. It seems like a really cool guy. He's got a wonderful family and, just plays a lot of kind of like the bar music, kind of jammy stuff. Obviously very Dead influenced, but has a lot of other covering type stuff and a bunch of his own music that he plays regularly. So giving him a big shout out. He doesn't know who I am really, other than dropping a few comments here and there. But today in my subscriptions, I saw he had a video that had popped up live at Red Rocks. And I was like, wow. And he's like standing in the stands area of the concert venue Red Rocks. And that's, just down the road from me. I was like, wow, that's cool. And then I looked a little closer and I saw live right now in Arvada, Colorado, which is a couple even closer than Red Rocks is to me. And I was like, oh man, is he playing in town right now? I didn't even look at the Red Rock stuff. I was just like, oh, pull up the live stream. This is cool. And I'm kind of like looking across the street behind him and like, where is that? All that. And as I was doing, he's saying, all right, well, I'm going to play one more song and then I'm running over to the show tonight at Red Rocks. And I was like, oh, enjoyed the show and everything. Like through the comment in the chat, hey, are you coming back? Are you gonna play more songs or anything? He said, oh, we hope to get back in the winter, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh man, what a swing and a miss. So I texted out my friends, two of whom I'd hung out with just last night at this movie. And I'm like, oh man, I'm bummed. I just saw he was playing. He just wrapped up, but it was cool to see. Check out the YouTube thing. And one of my friends texts back the picture. He's sitting at the bar watching him live. And I'm like, you didn't have any obligation. I get it. He's probably there with a girlfriend or something playing hooky from work and not on to advertise or whatever. But it's like, ouch. That would have been cool. Had I seen that or come across that information in advance, not while it was already happening, I might have, spread the word a little bit. Because, we all knew one another had been listening to those shows over off and on. You listen to them a few days in a row and you're like, all right, I kind of get the repertoire. You mix it up a little bit. But definitely cool guy. Definitely recommend you check him out. It's Josh Daniel, not Daniels or anything like that. Josh Daniel. And he's on YouTube. There's a couple of them. He's a bigger white dude with a beard, pretty thin cropped, and usually wearing sunglasses or something out in a tent. You'll find him. He's pretty cool to check out. So again, there's a little plug in my little sad tale of not getting to see. I didn't know anything about it. If I'd seen it tomorrow, and just hadn't happened to check the feed, I would have never known. I'd been like, oh man, that's cool. But yeah, awesome awesome on my buddy getting out there to see it. Just wish I'd known. I would have. Well, actually, I may not have. That might have been what got me out of the house, and I'd probably be miserable tomorrow for it. But it was. It was good to see somebody got out there to support him, and he did have a nice little crew out watching his show. So good for him. Anyway, we're watching this stone cook. I know it's very exciting. I want to have enough to at least get the interiors of the two chambers filled, and we can set those up and have them building. Anything else that we want or need to be doing? Did we replace? We did. Wow, very hiccupy still. The tea. Tea is different than the iced tea I've been drinking all day, apparently. Let's go ahead and make one block, since we're just standing around here. The rest of these we're building up because we want to do our deck covering there with copper as well. Oop, there's that. We can come back around. Oh, check on our... Oh, I just switched sides. Try to keep the coal. I was like, didn't I put something in there? Nope, we're good. So we're building up iron nicely. Not quite as much copper as we'd like yet, but that will come. Alright. Stone. And top this off. Alright. No more time to waste. Let's get going. So, we are back off to our little adventure hole where we've again had the very good fortune to have a zombie and a skelly spawner just a few blocks away from each other. Just enough room so that they can both spawn independently, but we should be able to maneuver all of their mobs into a single collection drop chute where we can then drop them down to this level and mash them with our sword. That's the plan anyway. And unfortunately for our scaly friends over there by our base, these are all going to be one hit, so they'll have that going for them, which the others won't, or at least close to it. And I think one thing we should consider here, let's see, we are at negative 1758 on the X, and we'll find out how far we get on the Z when we come out here. I mean, it's not going to be quite as far as the spawners, I don't think, but getting there. And I think continuing this tunnel out a little ways and then opening up the area below, it will be where we'll effectively want our kill room. And we'll want that just separate enough that we can ladder up and down in the spawning room and also have them... Okay, so let's do... Oh! Nothing like extra stuff. Nope, that's not the right notepad. So these were at 2238 and 1800 and... Okay, so... This is the way we're going to want to go. actually a little beyond. So let's go on this line a bit, just to kind of see what we've got in store. I know, this is not what I said we were going to be working on. It'll be alright, though. Don't worry. Don't worry. What I also don't know is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Happy sounds of Skellies already. They heard. I don't think we put these here. That's interesting. Don't want to waste these. Okay, now where were we trying to get to again? Kind of lost track. Somewhere around 1815. So another 30 blocks or so from there. 20, 22. I don't like all that sound above us, so maybe that will keep us sort of safer. Alright, well, at least this isn't a starting soon slide you guys are having to look at for all this. More. Okay, so we're way up there, around level 35 and 40, we have our mobs. Now, if we need to, because we're at a level 11 here, not at bedrock like we are with our original spawner, we can drop those down and come in. But this will get us connected, and we can more or less just, double tunnel down and set up our ladder to come back up to the refill area. We'll let them spawn up a whole bunch, and then come back down to take them all out. It's wild. To me, it doesn't exactly feel like we're headed in that direction. Coordinates bear it out. We'll see if it's if we somehow goofed majorly, but I think those numbers are pretty well set. Up here, then around here. And let's just... okay, we're back in business. So, first thing... do I have a way up here? I think I do. And we'll put that up. Just don't like putting those right on the seam. I think sometimes that gets a little congested. Pretty good there. I think we can reach those. So, all right, there's that corner loaded up. We're going to get those. I guess, at least for the moment, let's combine these. Reset a little bit here, because we want to have walkway. In fact, I want to have double walkway. Just, for convenience sake, especially while we're building here. We found out where our little noisy skeleton might be. Right down here. What do you know? Didn't exactly intend that. Oh. Let's get those done first. So we got lots of skelly spawners, apparently. Now I thought this was the area that we'd already cleared out, but I guess we didn't bother with torches. How do we just miss that all together? Who knows? Let's go ahead and snag this wood while we're down here. Now, I'm not going to change it at this point, but one thing we may want to do is wrap our little spawning room in something other than regular stone so that it stands out when we're approaching from if we just hear a bunch of mobs, if we're still doing work in here. I think, by the time we get all done and it's really, we're just coming back without knowing where it is and that kind of stuff, we'll be pretty well done just breaking stuff in here. So that could be. But is this something we need to finish out before we seal it off? Oh, we're back in. Oh, we're somewhere. No. Oh, we can't put them down there. That's a good spot, though. Kind of need that. Who knew? We're going exploring. Alright. Oh, no, we want our fortune pick here. I don't know why my headset is so all over the place today. Sometimes it feels like it's sitting too far forward, sometimes it's too far back. It doesn't seemingly move. Alright, well, this will help any stone cooking, torches, whatever we need, since we're going to blow through torches out here in this whole new exploration area. Yeah, I think we would have done just fine even without fortune there. Oh. Okay, I think we've done everything there. We go back that way, unless we're up at those chains. Maybe we're up at the chains. Switch you back. Man, look at all that coal now. Yeah, we're cool. We don't have a coal shortage. Very cool. I like the way this just went into choppy This is why I don't think we're done at all with the one around our base. We just haven't found the connection into any of this kind of stuff. So we're gonna keep chopping wood for potential torches. Glad we went through here before we sealed it off. We'll have to just make a side door over where we've got the workbench and the torches. In fact, let's take this and then let's go get ourselves reset before we get too literally mobbed by mobs. Because if they drop cool stuff, I don't want to be too full to take it back. Or if we find more carts or anything like that. Alright, so we'll go here, here, here. Where were you even looking this? Let's save it. Okay, so we'll extend that doorway. All right. Let's cook up some more of those. Let's take some more chests and make a junk chest. I say junk loosely. I mean, a lot of this stuff, it's got its uses back home. It's kind of junky here because we're not using it in the farm, so that can come back. We just set that up to cook. Those away. Still didn't have sticks. Take care of that. Wow, somebody's got the big pipes. It sounded like one of those little cars with huge exhaust. It used to be just absolutely what you had to have. Alright. You guys get set up. We did not bring extra iron, but I think we'll be alright. We can store those. These can go down. This can now get sealed off because we have new access. Alright, there's one wall done. Don't leave your torches high up on the walls. In fact, you want them pretty low because we're gonna take all this floor down. Getting there. Now I have no cobble to backfill that. And I'd prefer not to have the little gap. And I'd also prefer not to just drop a torch there. It's kind of weird, I know, but I do get worried about light bleeding. Which is why I'm just fine cooking the stone, you know, making something that if we're going to have glass windows into this space, might as well look good. If we're going to, or at least not look bad. Right? And hey, there's an argument to be made that cobble doesn't look bad. Especially, that's what they make the spaces out of, all that stuff. But I stand by our regular stone. Again, we're kind of getting sucked into stuff we're already going to be clearing here, I think. Where's our wall? This is our wall. You guys get filled. Let's go back up. Okay. Now this wants to go 4 down, I think. But with our 2, we were doing pretty well. Let's not and pretend like we are, because this is our lower one. And honestly, it can work all sorts of ways. So let's that should give them full room to spawn underneath this box if we go down that far. And just like with our skeletons, I don't think we lose anything in between there. I don't know how their stacking works. You know, if you get more by having it clear to the ceiling or not sure. But I think in this state, we're ready to. Oh. Okay, there's that. Needed some of those. I think the rest of those will be easier to get from up above. Okay. Kind of piecing and patching here. I've been hesitant on this wall just to make sure we maintain our access, but pretty soon it's going to be like, do we need it? Just finish the room. Oh, we can pillar up. That's something to consider too. We're going to have to get in and out of here at the lower level to build out our um, exit. Okay. So let's take this down. I'll try to leave the torches and then replace them last. Second big old batch of mossy here. That's nice. got left to deal with down here. One more. Okay, so this should be enough. Now, this is the part I don't know, and feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Hang on 1 second. So, I should check the time too here while we're on a little mini tiny break. 36 minutes, not bad at all. And no slides in front of us. Good. So, mob-wise, we're good. Like from all the dark room spawners and everything I built, I know we're set here. Zombies will be able to spawn. They'll be able to spawn underneath this block, slide around. The only place they can't slide is up here, or spawn is up there. And that's good because we don't want them to come down. You know what? We do want to go one more layer, full layer down, because if there's water and they're bouncing up, they can get stuck against there and just bounce their heads up. So one more down, just to make sure we have good flow all the way across the floor. And again, we're at 31, so we've effectively got 20 blocks right here of drop without even going down below floor level, and we can drop them down. You can just build a little step down pit into where they're going to get an extra 5 or so levels. Whatever it takes to move from here, and there will be a couple hops over to get them to that point, and then drop them. And we can, because the skeletons are higher, we can make the chute, pretty much right over here. Make that the wall, or wherever it's appropriate. Drop down our glass observation area. We're standing in between the two, and then take the zombies down right there, bring the skeletons out on that back wall and across, and join them in the fall. Should work out pretty well, I think. If we can ever get all this block work done. Now, this is at this point, I'm kind of like, yeah, it would be really nice to have some efficiency on a diamond pick and just clear this stuff out. Still got enough room here. Might as well take all this. Now, a lot of this is going to get grabbed back up again. And I don't remember quite what the patterns are. One extra. Darn it, and that's the wall we'll actually look at. I don't care how golden and special the apple is, it's not going to break a rock. Almost. Okay, now we just do these. Drop these down. Clear these so we're a little safer. Or since we're a little safer. And so we don't have to deal with them later. Gather everybody back up. I think we may need to do a second drop right at the exit, but it won't be too far. Now can do those. Okay, so everybody good with where we're at? And I say everybody, I'm talking to myself mainly, which is kind of silly. But that's our space. And I think we're probably all right to go ahead and get all of this buttoned up as well. No misses there. We'll leave this wall open. For whatever that ends up being like. And we'll want a quicker exiting mechanism than just a stack of cobble when we do clean up. Okay, let's go. Oh, let's not fall. Is this what we were using for our hacking down here? Because I don't like this. We may clear all that out, very likely, but I don't like it for a moment. Okay, so this is the most important next line, I think. This is 4 out. And we can again just do a lot of double checking, but I think this one was a more traditional full room. That other one was kind of jammed between tunnels. So yeah, 3 on that side, 4 here where we've already cleared it, and 3 here, so we don't have any of those short sides to mess us up. So let's just go ahead and do the cobble here. And once we get those lines reset, we'll redo the torches quick. Darn it. Not good that I fell, but also not really good. That actually works out pretty well. I was going to say not really good for our tunnel moving and dropping uh, the mobs, but it would appear that we'll have enough room to work with there. It does kind of keep receding back. It might get a little interesting. But hey, that's why we play, right? If it's all just easy, get real old. And for being a boring room, this is about the best place there can be a boring room, because that means we can just build up our space without having to do a lot of digging. Because we gotta move these anyway, just make stairs for convenience. Okay. Go ahead and clear all that. Get the wood. No. One more. There you go. Yep. Aim. Now, what I'd really... Ooh, we're going to have to go back for tools. Actually, that'll end up probably good for wrapping up the episode here. That's how we get back to it. Oh, I don't have glass yet. So now this one is low. We want all much higher on that side. I don't know. I've definitely heard, and not been sure that, people talk about it should be 4 blocks up because it's 4 in every direction, but I don't know that they spawn mobs like up here and then drop them. Right. But I think that kind of violates the spawning rules of having solid block underneath. But then again, the water also kind of violates that. So, I don't know. It's all very full of possibilities. And I know, I'm not using the fortune, but this is for wall building. It's different than just gathering stuff. Ooh, oh, and we used up all the sun. Cool. Everything is showing. Let's see what we're at. 51. Oh, we can pull this off like champions. As long as I remember not to ever just run right off that edge. This is a little dark. Let's leave that for a second. Go up here. Get one more of those back. That. What do I need? 1 block of glass. Go ahead and get that done before I forget it. Okay, now. Nope. Couple more torches there. Now, this is the part. I think if we kick down here, how far into here? Ooh, and what are we cutting off access to? Get. Why is that so difficult? Like that. Now we're back up to the pig noises. Oh, there was a whole other chest we were gonna go get too, right? I remember this chest. If we just have another way out. Yep. All right. Good. So we can seal all this off, break all these stairs. I don't care. It'll be fine. The concern here is that we keep enough space when we get down to the part where we're actually moving the mobs around to drop them nicely. And that is going to be at this one, so I think we want to shape whatever blast in while we have. To accommodate moving these around. Makes sense? So we'll have glass wall opening up here, glass wall dropping further down on this side, but staying open to here because we want to have mobs moving out down below at that level. And that may save us because we actually don't want to be as low. So yeah, I think we can. After I did all that, I'll break them all again. I think we can come straight through because even at the lowest point here, where we're even and kind of looking up at where they spawn, we'll still be up above this one and have enough room to move those mobs around. So. Just punch this on out for a nice big observation room on both sides. Move this again. And throw some torches there. All right, it's beginning to come together. I don't know what, if any, get a thumbnail there. You guys, the diehards, will understand what that's. Let's look at it. It's not quite as cool as looking down on the other, but it gives a better idea of kind of the proximity. You know, if people figure out that dark hole is going to be another one. And again, it'll look so much better when we've dropped this one. And this one, I think we will go the full 4 below and then move our floor all the way down at that height. We'll drop these guys out, and as they wend their way around, we'll drop them enough to keep them even with the other mobs. So I think that's going to be a good start. Because we kind of did that last bit figuring stuff out, I think let's go ahead and save here. 58:51, perfect amount of time. Ride the pig. I think it heard those surface pigs that we keep getting sound bleeding through from. Guys, I want to thank you all so much for dropping in, spending your time with me. I hope you're enjoying this playthrough. I certainly am. And again, this is kind of a new treat. I've never had these two spawners side by side where we can actually work on pulling them together. So, fingers crossed we get everything set. We've got still loads more to do, and I'm still, now that I'm fueled up on chicken soup and some teas, I'm going to be ready to go. So we'll get this one processing and then be back for some more. Until then, you guys take care of yourselves and one another. If you are enjoying, why don't you let me know that by leaving a like, or hitting the like, or leaving a comment to let me know what parts of the playthrough you're enjoying, or what obvious mistakes, snags I've already built for myself and I'm just not aware of it. I always love that kind of feedback. So I'll look forward to those, and can't wait to see you guys back here for the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves.